Hey guys, so for this video I'll be discussing my favorite foundations. I have so many foundations, it's quite sad, but I'm practically obsessed with them. I didn't initially start with foundation when I started wearing makeup consistently. It was more about eyeshadows and concealer under my eyes, but once I got into foundations I never went back. So while I have some really good foundations, most of my foundations are really good, but there are just a handful that I just love. So let's get into it. The first being Nahal & Co.'s the Golden Touch Foundation. I wear the shade Resilient, not right now because it's a little too light for me, but this is, she has about 33 shades in her whole range, and the shades are beautiful because I've gotten samples of many different undertones. She has neutral, cool, olive, and warm, and very well calibrated shades. So yeah, I also have the shade Trailblazer, which is just lighter than the Resilient one, and practically I love it. I love this. This is probably my best matching foundation. It's so good. It has my skin looking amazing. I love that no matter how many layers you put on, don't put like a whole lot, but like let's say you put like 2 or 3, it still does not look cakey. It's still a great looking foundation. This is more of like a serum consistency or formula, so it lasts all day. Listen, it's gym proof too. I've gone to the gym wearing this because I go straight from work to gym, and even though I'm sweating and everything, if I just pat my face, pat the sweat away, my foundation is still intact. It's just that damn good. I just love it. Right now, she is selling out of her shades because she's working with manufacturers right now because her company is growing. So she needs manufacturers to produce even more more foundations, I'm sorry. And I'm just waiting because my shade is sold out and I'm running low. So I've been preserving it so that, you know, when it comes out, I won't be out of it like completely. But I definitely recommend that company if you've been searching for a foundation that's like, you know, it's been kind of hard to match. I recommend that you try Nahal & Co. But I'll be talking about other brands that I like too, obviously, because they're my favorite foundations. But Nahal & Co. This list is in no particular order, but Nahal & Co. is my number one. Next is Pat McGrath Labs Sublime Perfection Foundation, which is this beauty right here. I love the packaging. Just like Nahal & Co., it's glass and it comes with a pump. Pumps are always my jam. This is the shade Medium 21, which I am wearing right now. I'm normally Medium 18, but I have gotten a tan. I've gotten a few shades darker since the warm months kicked in, and I love it. It's for medium to dark or medium dark with neutral olive undertones. And if I get a really good tan, I'll be a medium dark 23. Yeah, so that's like the next olive shade down. But it's also a serum foundation, just like Nahal & Co. Looks like skin. It doesn't make me look cakey at all. The finish is gorgeous. I love it. Just like Nahal & Co. is a luxury brand, so is Pat McGrath. I mean, I'm sure you guys know that from the eyeshadow palettes, which I'm also wearing on my eyes. Actually, my whole face is Pat McGrath. Yeah, I love it. It's like, that's like a forever staple. Like, it's been in my my stash for a while, but it's also something that lasts all day. I don't believe, oh no, that's not true. I have worn it to the gym and it did last past that. So if you're going into luxury, if you're thinking about luxury makeup, that's another brand I recommend too. Next is Kimchi Beauty, and the foundation is called A Really Good Foundation. This is the shade 120M, which is medium. It is a warm olive shade. You probably couldn't see how olive it is. It's too light for me right now, so I would go, right now I'm actually mixing it. I don't have it with me. I'm mixing it with, when I wear it, I mix it with 128 MD. and that's for tan skin with warm yellow undertones. And this foundation, just like the name says, it's a really good foundation. I was very surprised because, first of all, I've never heard of this brand. It's been out like years before I found out about it, which is this year. And shout out to TikTok for that. They have a TikTok shop as well, by the way. But listen, the performance of this product, like if you're thinking of something more affordable, ding, 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 this is your girl. Because for what you pay for, as in comparison to the other foundations, you get such a bang for your buck. In my past video, I mentioned the setting powders, which also work very, very well. Listen, a drag queen created this makeup brand, so you know the performance is going to be top notch because they perform, they're under lights, it gets hot. You need something that's going to last and look good. And this looks good. I also recommend basically every foundation I'm going to be talking about, I recommend, but I definitely recommend this one. Also, gym proof, sweat proof, all of that. They have a very decent shade range. I do wish that there were more olive shades, but I do like that they have it in the first place. There's one, I know there's one for fair skin and olive undertones. Keep in mind, just because the brand doesn't describe the shade as olive doesn't mean that the shade is not olive. I don't know why that happens, but I did see some shades that were very olive friendly, even though they weren't labeled as that. And this is really good, guys. I mean, the packaging is cute. Also a pump, okay? I know CVS sells it, and JCPenney now has Kimchi Beauty, but it looks good. This is also more of a matte finish. Yeah, so if you want to look done up, this is the way to go. But you can also use less coverage, you know, if you just want to look like not a lot on your face, but not nothing. So I definitely recommend this as well. Next is One Size by Patricia Star. Turn Up the Base BBB cream, which stands for Beauty Blur Balm. I love this. I really do. At first, it was a bit of a challenge to find what really matches me, but I really do like the shade Medium Dark 1. It's branded as or labeled as a neutral undertone foundation shade, but I find that it works for me still. Medium 3 is also pretty good. I bought that the other day. I bought it because I was exchanging it for something that I didn't like. But also Medium Dark 2 is good. It's a very nice golden shade and it works with my golden undertones. Okay, so the coverage, phenomenal. The texture is a mousse-like texture. I love the texture. I can spread it all around my face and it just looks, and it sets. It just stays all day. Again, great performance foundation, just like Kimchi Chic. So it's really, really good. I definitely recommend it. I believe that the shade range is pretty decent. There are no shades that are like labeled as olive undertones, but it is definitely an olive friendly shade range. So I recommend that too, and does not irritate the skin. It just looks really good. It's just great. It's really good. Next is Fenty Beauty's Pro Filter Foundation. We all know of this foundation. It pretty much made a huge storm when it arrived on the scene. This foundation, I think I'll always love, even though I've had not the greatest experience with shade matching. But I feel like the new shades that they came out with, like the warm neutral shades, I believe. Yes, the warm neutral shades. The warm neutral shades that she came out with, I feel like it's a better match than the warm, like the golden shades. So if you're like neutral olive and you're looking for a shade, try the warm neutral. But in terms of the formula, I love it. It's great for oily skin, combo oily skin. Again, sweat proof, gym proof. It lasts all day. And it makes my skin look so smooth. Like This is just so damn good. Listen, I don't, if you notice, my favorite things about these foundations are similar, but this is really, really good. And I don't really hear people talk about it that much anymore, but I have not left the bandwagon. I still love Fenty Beauty. I still think this is a great foundation. I wish that she came out with even more olive shades. I did notice that she did in the lighter range, but not in like the medium to tan or deep range. I know the 345 is warm, but it's a little too warm, I believe. I wish she had a more like green shade for medium to tan skin, but she does have 360, which they changed to neutral undertones. I don't know why, but again, I still love this foundation. Next is Orsay Cosmetics Come Closer Foundation, which is this beauty right here. This is the shade Sona, which would be my match right now. It's a warm olive shade. Beautiful formula. It's another serum type foundation. I was actually surprised at how much coverage I had with just one pump. My regular shade is Dune, but like I said, I've gotten tanner as of now, so I first started off with Dune, then I went to Morena. I like the shades of the name too, or the name of the shade, sorry. And now I am Sona. So it works really well with their setting powder too. Come Closer setting powder. Like, it just leaves a beautiful, like a radiant, like luminous glow. Not oily, not shiny. It's just radiant and natural and beautiful. It also has skincare ingredients, so if you're looking for something that's more like clean beauty or natural, that's also a very good option. It's definitely in the luxury brand world, so if you don't really mind spending, you know, some dollars on foundation, you can also check out that line. It's more targeted to Asian skin, but I tend to look at brands like that because I find that our skin tones are similar. So they do say that you don't have to be only Asian to purchase from them, but the target was them, because the owner felt like that was something that she did not see in the Asian world, in terms of the Asian beauty world. So I definitely recommend the foundation. Like I said, this is the new packaging too. It's also a pump, hello, and it just looks beautiful. It is luxury, hello. So I recommend that. And last is the OG. Why I call it OG? Because this is the first brand where I delved deep into makeup, and that is MAC Cosmetics. And the foundation is Studio Fix Fluid. Love the formula. It's definitely high performance. It will last a long, long time. Again, just like the other foundations, this ain't budging. Once you do the proper skincare, the primer, if you use one, but my skincare is usually the primer, powder, whatever techniques, this ain't budging. This is not budging. The shade range I find is better, because when I first started out, I don't remember there being a C8, which is what this is. I think, you know what it is? I think it was just in the MAC Pro stores, for what I remember. But now it's like in every store, like the freestanding stores and the website and everything. You don't have to be an artist to have access to the shade. So this is my shade right now. And when I'm lighter, I'm C45. And well, it doesn't come with a pump, but you have to buy separately. But it's worth it, because I'm not trying to pour this into my hand. And if I run the risk of dispersing too much, then I have to put it back in, and that's like, that can like affect the cross contamination. You don't want to run that risk, so just get the pump, girl. But I love this formula too. This really is an olive shade, so I recommend, if you still like MAC, which I do. I feel like I've come, again, I said in the other video, I've come back full circle to MAC, because that's where I started off, and now I'm back, and I'm currently loving a lot of MAC stuff too. So yeah, this is a good formula. Still works, still looks good. People don't like the scent. It's not scented, but I guess it has like a certain smell, and it doesn't really bother me. But everybody's different, you know. Some people, they love scented stuff, which I do. But again, this is not fragrance. I guess is whatever the formula is, that's the scent that it's given off. But other than that, I love this shade, and I wear it when I get the chance to. I'm actually gonna wear it sometime the next week. So if you're wondering about, should I go back to MAC? Yes, you should. And now I will be talking about powder foundations. So there's a handful. There's really 3 that I really adore. First being One Size Beauty. It is their Turn Up the Base powder foundation. I have a few shades of this because I love to use this as a regular foundation, but I mainly use it to set my under eye or set my face to give it an even more flawless finish. This is medium 5, which is golden. As you can see, I've used it quite a bit because the One Size imprint is like fading. But I also have Stage White, which is their brand new shade, but that's more for like brightening, or if you're into the goth look and you want to make your face look hella white, you can do that. You can use it to highlight certain areas. You can use it as an eyeshadow base, like if you want your colors to pop. Really good. It's a long-lasting formula. I always recommend when you get powder foundations to go lighter, because I always feel like the exact shade that you think you are, it's usually darker. It's gonna come out darker. Next is the powder foundation by Fenty Beauty. I also have this in many shades, and I use it for the same purpose. This makes the Pro Filter liquid foundation look even more smooth and flawless. I don't know what's in this stuff, but I mean, you can tell how smooth it is right here. I mean, it's just so beautiful. It's a great formula. I don't think it's as high performing as this one and the next one I'm going to talk about, which is MAC Studio Fix powder foundation. This is the shade C40. So this is one of the olive shades. This is a great match for those who have olive skin. If you have oily skin and you just want something nice and light, but it gives great coverage, this is your girl. If you want to set your foundation and you want an even more flawless finish, boom, there's your girl. If you have like your foundation's a little too dark, you can use a lighter shade to set or a darker shade to set. I'm always mixing up stuff. Like I use this to set this, it's not always loose powders I use, and you can also use it, like I know I've seen it for people who have like when they do the baking and then they wipe away the baking, they use a powder foundation to wipe it away. So I don't really do all that anymore. Baking is not really my thing. I prefer to just like press the powder into my skin, and that's how I set it. But yeah, those are my 3 foundations. And I also have some honorable mentions, which are mineral foundations. So the first brand is Sterling Minerals. This is the shade Xantha. This is a perfect yellow green undertone foundation. So good, so good. Really good coverage, lasts all day. I love it. Also, Lucy Minerals. This is actually a custom formula which you have to request, but I'm the shade half caramel and half tan olive, and I'm usually like 75% tan olive and a quarter of caramel in my my days where I have no tan. So great coverage, lasts all day, and it's also geared to like really sensitive skin. So if you do have sensitive skin, this is also a great option as well. So yep, and that wraps it up for my favorite foundations and honorable mentions with the powder foundations. Are any of these foundations your favorite? Do you use them? Have you used them? Did you like them? Did you not like them? List what you have found that matches your skin, that works with your skin type, skin condition, all that stuff. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the future videos.